something big is going on. We are having thousands of people evacuate. We are having hundreds of homes being destroyed right now. And this looks like another Maui situation. It seems like we are having another Maui on our hands, another devastating fire that is destroying our country, destroying our nation, destroying historic towns. Entire towns are being evaporated right now, burned to the ground, destroyed, obliterated, incinerated. This is happening to entire towns in the U.S. right now, okay? And it's more than just Maui. It's more than just Lahaina. It is spreading, and this seems like the plan that is being implemented for these new smart cities, these new 15-minute cities that are going to be put in place. And we are seeing city after city in America being burned down, thousands of people evacuating, and hundreds of homes are being destroyed right now. This is on top of all the corruption and insane coincidences coming out of Maui. I'm going to break down some of that as well too, because this is related. This is their game plan, and this is what they are going to do to the rest of the country wherever there is a location that needs cleared out, taken over. It has a project for it. I just remembered this too, that we had Jamie Dimon, the head of JP Morgan Chase. He came out a few months ago and he said that banks need to operate with the government through eminent domain to take land for these projects that they want to implement. Okay. And he was talking about these 15-minute cities, these smart grid situations. He was talking about setting those up, and he was saying that the government needs to implement eminent domain with the banks to take this land from people and put these projects in place. Okay. And now we see fire after fire hitting major cities in the US. Let me just put up, and we're having another Maui. Multiple Mauis are happening right now. People's homes are being destroyed. Their livelihoods are being destroyed. And I'm going to show some of these pictures from Maui that do not make sense, that are very suspicious. And I want someone to explain this to me, what is going on. I have a theory that I will present later in the video of what I think is happening. But something is going on. This is video out of mainstream ABC News. They're reporting this, and this video does not look normal. Okay, it does not look natural, and something is going on. All right, so we're gonna dive into all this stuff. We have multiple different Mauis, multiple different Lahainas, where hundreds of homes just evaporated, incinerated, and people trapped. This is happening right now again in multiple different states in the US. All right, so you need to be getting prepared. You need to be getting ready. We need to stand up and say no to this stuff. But it's one of these things where you can't say no to a fire. And even one of these major fires right now, they're telling people, do not use your water. Do not use your hose. Do not use your water to put this fire out, because they're saying they need the water. The firefighters do. All right. So this is just insane. This is backwards world. And this is what happened in Maui as well. We had people trapped. We had thousands of people trapped there on the island by emergency responders. They were trapping people there. Okay. We also have thousands of children still missing. Okay, I was reading a report that over 2,000 children, this is coming out of the Department of Health in Hawaii, over 2,000 children are still being missing. Just children alone are being reported missing from Hawaii right now, and they are saying that's from them not showing up to school. Okay, 2,000 plus children are not showing up to school. They don't know where they're at. And this is related to the fires. There are potentially thousands of children alone that are just missing, that we don't know what happened to them. And I'm going to show some pictures of this Maui fire and get into the details of these new fires. We have new ones happening right now as well that don't make sense, that are very suspicious, and something is going on. Our country is being burned to the ground right now. And this just has me fired up. This has me worked up, because this could happen anywhere. They could start burning down places anywhere. All right. And even Greece right now, there are dozens of people being arrested in Greece right now. Dozens of arsonists being arrested right now in Greece. And this is the largest wildfire they've ever had in Europe. Wildfire. They still say it's a wildfire when they are arresting dozens of arsonists. So we have people setting these fires. We have a lot of suspicious circumstances and potentially even other stuff that we're going to dive into that just doesn't make sense. So please hit it up for me down there really quick to get this video out. We have multiple different Mauis. We have multiple different Lahainas happening right now. Hundreds of homes have been destroyed just in the past 24 hours, and thousands of people have been evacuated. And this is serious. This is spreading, and it could be your neighborhood next. So please just hit it up for me down there to help get this video out. Let's dive into the details here of what's going on, and then I will show these pictures of what happened in Maui that don't make any sense. Don't make any sense, extremely suspicious, and I want you to tell me what you think is going on there, all right? So just to dive in, we have entire towns being evacuated, thousands and thousands of people being evacuated, and entire towns being incinerated right now. So we have major situations going on in Louisiana, and we also have major situations happening out west in Washington and Oregon. Okay, and look at this map really quick, this fire map going out west, okay? And we have entire towns in Louisiana as well. This is hitting the south as well, where it's a swamp, all right? Louisiana's a swamp. Louisiana's the bayou, and they are even having major fires there right now as well. So something's going on. But look at this fire map, all right? I brought my computer out here so I could look at these maps and these pictures with you guys because they don't make sense, and something is happening, all right? You can see here just out west alone, there are about over a dozen major fires. These are the major ones that are being reported. There are also hundreds of small fires that are only under 100 acres, but these are the major ones being reported. We have Sourdough Fire, Airplane Lake Fire, Oregon Road Fire, Gray Fire, West Fork Fire, River Road East Fire, Ridge Fire, and Montana. All right, we have fires in Idaho, fires in Washington. We have Lookout Fire in Oregon. We have Holiday Fire in California, Ranch Fire, Deep Fire, the 3-9 Fire in California. All these fires are popping up overnight, and they're spreading exponentially. And we have hundreds of homes being destroyed just from this one fire alone, the Oregon Road Fire. We have hundreds of homes being destroyed. This is right outside of Spokane, Washington. Okay, so these major fires have spread. I reported on this last week, how these fires started outside of Spokane. They have now spread, and in the past 48 hours, 24 to 48 hours, they have now destroyed around 126 homes. That's what's being reported from this Oregon Road Fire, and they also still have emergency evacuations in place. So they are burning America to the ground right now. Hundreds of homes are being destroyed. Entire communities and neighborhoods are being destroyed. And look at all these fires just popping up out of nowhere. And then Greece has arrested dozens of arsonists starting fires in Greece, all right? So something big is happening. We need to be getting prepared for it. You need to have water tanks. You need to have fire ditches around your property if you are in these areas. And even Louisiana. You don't think a fire is going to hit Louisiana? Now an entire town in Louisiana is under emergency evacuations, okay? We have Merryville, Louisiana. And check out this coming out of the fire marshal and the fire department in Louisiana. They're saying over the last 3 weeks, wildfires have burned more than 20,000 acres in Louisiana. That adds up to more land burned in less than 1 month than all of last year, and more than 4 times as much as 2021 and 6 times as much as 2020. Okay, just in a month. They're having 4 times as much as 2021, 6 times as much. One of the largest blazes in years, the Tiger Island fire in Beauregard Parish, has blackened at least 16,000 acres and is only partially contained. Most of the fires are relatively small, ranging from 10 to 100 acres, but the sheer number of fires has overwhelmed local and state firefighting agencies. Louisiana averages about 770 wildfires per year, but August alone has already produced over 400. Okay, so they normally have 700 a year. August alone has 400 just in Louisiana. All right, so something is going on, and this is coming out of the fire chief. It's been impossible to keep up, said St. Tammany Fire District 9 Chief Scott Brewer. Quote, I typically have 2 or 3 people on duty, but yesterday I had 3 fires at the same time. I'm running out of resources, and my guys and gals are being strained. Okay, this is happening in the U.S. right now. They're burning it to the ground. And I'm going to get to these very suspicious pictures coming out of Maui too in just a second, so stay tuned. But something is going on, right? Something big is happening, and we keep having emergency fires overwhelming our own services, all right? We also had a major fire at a petroleum refinery, okay, the Marathon Petroleum Refinery. This happened in Garyville, Louisiana as well. This also happened in the past 24 hours, 48 hours, where they had a major explosion there, and they had evacuations for miles around this refinery in Louisiana. So we're seeing hit after hit to our critical infrastructure and to our homes now. Hundreds of homes have been burned in Oregon. All right, so if you're in these areas, you need to be prepared. You need to be ready to go. And in Louisiana, they're even telling people, don't use your hose to try to fight these fires, because they're saying it's giving them, quote, low pressure for the firefighters. All right, so you can't even use your own water to fight your own fires. They're saying don't do that either. All right, so your best, and they might just turn off the water like they did in Hawaii. So your best bet, if you're in these situations, build a fire break, start digging ditches around your property, and start praying that this is not going to hit your property. And in these Washington fires, they are even telling people, do not fly your drone, do not fly your drone, do not take pictures of these fires. They're saying that it's causing issues to have your drones flying and taking pictures and video, and they're saying stay away from the fires, don't take pictures, don't take video of the fire. So there's just lots of suspicious stuff going on. And look at these pictures coming out of Maui, okay? This is going to sound a little abstract at first, but look at these pictures and start telling me if you see a pattern here, okay? I brought my computer out here so I could react to these pictures with you guys. And these pictures are not normal. They're not natural coming out of Maui, and these fires are what they are going to use to implement these 15-minute cities and these smart cities and these smart grid agendas. Okay, they want to burn down what's there to build something new on top of it, just like they want to collapse the grid to build a new system on top of it. This is the same concept, but look at these pictures coming out of Hawaii. Okay, this is coming out of NBCnews.com. Okay, I even put the link here in all the screenshots so you can go look at this video yourself. This is a real video. It's about a 2-minute long video, and this is a drone capture of Maui. Okay, and this is coming out of NBC News. And these pictures coming out of it are absolutely insane and mind-boggling. Here's the first one I'm going to show you. Okay, look at these umbrellas. We're going to start seeing a theme here. Everything that is blue is not burnt. Look at these pictures. Everything that is blue, and there's multiple pictures here just from a 2-minute video. This is a 2-minute drone video, and I got multiple pictures, screen captures of things that are blue that are not burnt, and this does not make sense. And I'm going to give you my theory of what I think's happening potentially after we go through these pictures. But look at these pictures. Look at what's going on. The umbrellas, they are blue. They are not burned to the ground. This car over here, it is blue. It is not burned to the ground. Okay, something going on. Here's another angle of the same car and the same umbrellas. Look at these blue umbrellas, not burned. And then look at this blue car. Look at the cars around it, completely incinerated and burnt out. Okay, melted out wheels. They were so hot. The aluminum rim melted out. You can see it on some of these cars. Melted out. Then the blue car right next to it, not burnt. Not burnt at all. Something suspicious is going on here, okay? Here's another one. Another blue car over here, not burnt. You can see everything is incinerated that you can see, but for some reason this little blue car over here is not burnt. All the other cars are gray, turned to ash, white, completely incinerated, turned to ash, melted. Then this blue car over here is fine, okay? Are you seeing this pattern yet? Something is happening. Here's another picture of a building that has a blue roof, and you can confirm that this building has a blue roof because there's multiple angles of this building and it has a blue roof, and all the buildings around it are completely incinerated and burnt and destroyed. But for some reason, this building with a blue roof, it is not burnt down. You can see it has a blue eagle on it as well. This is a blue themed building. It has a blue roof and it did not burn down for some reason. You can also see here a blue child's playground set. For some reason, everything around this playground set is completely wiped out. Even the shed or the building next to it, the house, whatever it was next to it, is completely burnt out. Maybe that was like a mobile home, a trailer. Completely burnt out, burnt to the ground. But then the blue playground right next to it, for some reason, is not burnt out, right? So I want you guys to tell me, what do you think is going on here? This is very suspicious. And this was just a 2-minute video that was posted on NBC News. And I found all these different things that are blue and were not burnt to the ground. And it's very suspicious. And these pictures just look very strange. And I also found this other video when I was researching on this topic, how very high-powered laser weaponry uses a blue light spectrum. And that makes sense because blue is the most intense light spectrum that is used for lasers, and blue has the most intensity, blue and purple. And there were theories that blue high-powered lasers would not take out these blue buildings and these blue cars, or there was some kind of targeting system where things that were blue, they would not be targeted and the general area would not be targeted, okay? That is the theory that is going around. I'm not saying that is what happened, but how else can you explain all these blue things, that blue car right next to these other cars that are melted out? And for some reason, that car is just not even burnt. It looks fine. It maybe has a little bit of smut on it, a little bit of smudge on it, but that's all I could really see on the car. Okay, so something is going on. What do you guys think is happening? Because America is burning. America is under attack. We are seeing another Maui, another Lahaina. And where are these kids? 2,000 children are not showing up for school in Hawaii. Okay, and they have no idea where they are. 2,000 children plus not showing up. We have 1,000 plus people being reported to the FBI with official missing person reports. And they are only counting people if they have family members or friends that file missing person reports. So if an entire family was wiped out, then that could be how it is. Nobody knows. Nobody's even reporting on them. And that's what's being reported here. They are talking about picking up people and they're crumbling. That's what firefighters are talking about, is they're trying to pick up people and they're crumbling. This is almost a mummification. This is a Pompeii-like scenario where people were vaporized. It's almost like they've been fossilized, petrified from this fire. That's why it's so suspicious. That's why there's all this concern that potentially something else was done. Okay, and there's such precision to these fires that certain things were just untouched, and it's very suspicious. We could also see arsonists hitting it as well. Okay, because we see this happening in Greece. Dozens of people being arrested for arson. It could just be people with gas cans and lighters setting these fires on. Okay, so this is an agenda. We saw the Hawaii, they had a summit there for 15-minute smart cities for Maui to make it one of the first ones in the world, one of the first 15-minute smart cities in Lahaina. All right. So this agenda is out there. The elites are planning for this. And how come none of the elites, none of their houses burnt down, right? I didn't hear of anybody rich, their house get burnt down. I heard them complaining a lot, but I didn't see any of them, of their homes get burnt down. All right, so what's going on here? This is extremely suspicious. And how come stuff that's blue didn't get hit? How come stuff that's blue didn't get hit? And it kind of makes sense, okay? If high-powered lasers operate on a blue to purple frequency, then it makes sense that things that are blue wouldn't be targeted and potentially wouldn't even be affected by certain laser weaponry. All right, and we hear this stuff flying over my head right now. I'm telling you, this stuff, they are doing a ton of military activity. I don't know if you can hear that, but there's a ton of military activity going on as well lately. I'm always hearing these planes fly overhead. All right, so let me know down below, what do you think? All right, we have Louisiana getting hit, we have Washington getting hit hard, we have Oregon getting hit, California getting hit, Idaho is getting hit, and Hawaii, they trapped people. There's thousands of children missing. The guy that was in charge of it, the police chief, was the guy that was in charge of a previous major emergency incident. All right, I don't even want to get into that, but there's major red flags all over the place, major suspicions going on, and let me know what you guys think they are doing to the American public. All right, so please hit it up for me down there below. I really appreciate that, and I hope you and your family stay safe out there, stay blessed out there, stay on top of your mental, your spiritual, your physical coordination and all of it, because it's coming, guys. We need to be prepared. We need to be ready for what's coming next, and we need to have our mind, body, our spirit, our soul, all of it needs to be ready right now. All right, so please hit it up for me down there. I really appreciate that, and I hope you have a big old blessed day.